everybody, I'm Archana Shektawat, a psychologist and a personality enhancement trainer. काल करे सो आज कर, आज करे so अब. Just the opposite of this is procrastination. It is that urge of delaying, avoiding and putting aside work at hand and doing something else which is not important at that moment. In other words, काम टालना. काल करे सो आज नहीं बल्कि कल या परसों. Now imagine a life where you would do everything that you thought of and most importantly in time. Wouldn't it be amazing? But life is very different. We've all experienced procrastination at some stage in our life. That situation where we should have been studying or completing a task, but we ended up either watching TV or scrolling through our social media timelines. And after that, even felt guilty and cursed ourselves for being careless and lazy. To complete any task, we require self-control and motivation. Moreover, task completion is controlled by the executive function of the brain, which allows us to plan, prioritize and carry out tasks. Executive function is that ability where you tell to yourself, I'm going to do a task, and you do it. Whereas procrastination is when you tell yourself that I need to do a task, but I'm not going to do it right now. Humans are not very good at self-regulation, and believe me, it's not the internet which is to be blamed. Humans have experienced or suffered from procrastination since the ancient times, and in fact a research also says that nearly 20% of the people are procrastinators, and they're further categorized into situational procrastinators who only delay unpleasant tasks and chronic procrastinators who delay almost everything. We always procrastinate because we don't know what exactly it is. Procrastination has a cycle. It begins with a trigger, which is generally stress, and this cannot be avoided because we could be stressed about money, health, job or even a relationship. This trigger leads to a pattern of avoiding or delaying work. So now you know you're not lazy because you've been procrastinating. In fact, research says that PhD students, entrepreneurs, engineers and analytical thinkers procrastinate a lot. Because we are stressed, we cannot focus at the task that we have in hand, and therefore we want to do something else that makes us feel better. For example, watching TV, going through our Facebook profiles or even playing the game on the phone. Apart from stress, there could be a few more reasons why you could be procrastinating, like a task overload. The task is so tough, you don't know how to do it, therefore you've been delaying it. It could be a task underload. That means the task is so easy that you are not motivated, therefore you delay it. You could be a perfectionist, that if you do it, you want to do it the best. The results seem very far away, and maybe that is why you could be delaying a task. Maybe you could fear evaluation, especially a negative one. You could be somebody who could be very confident on their ability. So you would say to yourself that I'm very able, I can do it at the last minute. Maybe you're a dreamer and not an executor, or maybe you're just not very good at prioritizing work. See, whatever be the reason, there is a trigger which cannot be avoided, but we can always work on the pattern. Because if you habitually procrastinate, it's going to have serious consequences like stress. Stress causes procrastination. Too much procrastination causes stress. And you don't need another reason to be stressed out. To complete a task, you need to be motivated, and to remain motivated, there are two things you need to increase and two you need to reduce. So the two things that you need to increase are your expectancy and the value aspect. So expectancy refers to how much confidence do you have in completing the task and how much reward are you expecting. So let me give you an example, that I want to participate in the national basketball team. But can I? If I have the ability, I will be motivated to do it. But if I don't have the ability, I would not be motivated to do it. The second aspect is the value aspect. It means how much do you enjoy doing the task and how much do you value the reward that you will get. So let me explain you with an example. I love doing push-ups, but I do not smoke. So if somebody offered me a packet of cigarettes to do 50 or say 100 push-ups, I will not be motivated to do it. But if somebody told me to do that for a box of chocolate, I would surely be motivated to do it. So two things you need to increase is the expectancy and the value aspect. Now let's move on to what do we need to decrease. We need to decrease the impulsiveness. Impulsiveness refers to our tendency to get distracted and the ability to be focused. So giving an example that if any of your social media notifications are on, your chances of staying motivated are far lesser. The other aspect that you need to decrease is the delay. It refers to how much time will you take to finish the task and also in getting the reward. So let me give an example that if your work deadline is 2 months, you would not be motivated to do it right now. So there's a simple formula. If you want to stay motivated to do a task, increase the expectancy and the value and decrease the impulsiveness and delay. Here are some tips that I'm going to share with you to stay motivated and, in other words, avoid procrastination. So the first one is take baby steps and divide your work into smaller tasks, because fulfillment of every task is going to add to the value and eventually the expectancy level. And you know, expectancy and value is what adds to the motivation. The next one is plan your day and also decide which task is going to impact you the maximum for that day. This is where you can use technology, maybe a to-do list, a scheduler or a calendar. But personally speaking, a handwritten to-do list is the best way to plan your day, because anything that you write by hand, you tend to remember it. The next one is you need to take breaks as per your concentration levels. So let me give you an example. If I told myself that I'm going to sit on this task for the next 5 hours, the chances are very less. But if I told myself that I'm going to sit on this task for an hour and will take a 5-minute break after 25 minutes, my chances of doing the work are far more. The next one is set the bar low, especially for those tasks which you've been avoiding for a very long period. So an example could be going to the gym or exercising. So if I told myself that I'm going to exercise for 30 minutes, chances are I'm going to do it only for 20 minutes. But if I told myself that I am going to exercise for 10 minutes, I'm going to do it for 15 minutes. And this is going to add to the expectancy level. One very important tip is, please time bound your task, because you need to have a timeline as to when you would finish the task. This would also add or rather reduce the delay aspect. Second is club it with something interesting, maybe like music, or maybe you could do it with somebody, say a person whose company you enjoy a lot. That will also keep you motivated to do it. Unpleasant task first, in fact even the hardest task, because once you're done with the unpleasant task, you'll be relieved and everything else will be very easy. The second is reward yourself every time you complete a task, and maybe you could reward with those things that you did when you were procrastinating, maybe like watching TV or for that matter playing a game on your phone. Remember, there is no multitasking because it's humanly impossible to multitask when you are procrastinating. Another thing you need to remember is minimize your distraction, and by that I mean all the notifications, maybe even put your phone on silent mode, because you need to reduce or rather decrease the impulsiveness. Another way that you can keep yourself motivated is by imagining your success. This is where we work on the value, that is the reward aspect. So let me give an example. Imagine how your body would look after 2 to 3 months of rigorous workout. Imagine that. Maybe you can also reimagine your success if you know you are not going to achieve that particular goal that you had in mind. There's also another thing you need to remember. You need to be kind on yourself and maybe forgive yourself for not completing a task, because the more you pressurize yourself, the lower the motivation. There's another thing you need to remember is that the beginning is the toughest. So just get on to the work, do it for 30 minutes and you will be in it. And lastly, do not tell yourself that you have a lot of time to do it. Tell yourself, I need to do it right now. I know not all my tips are going to work for you, but I'm sure some or maybe one tip is going to help you stay motivated and procrastinate the work. Do let me know in the comments which of these tips have worked for you. Thank you so much for watching my video. Do like it and subscribe to my channel. If you're looking in for further psychological counseling, DM me your details so that we can make an appointment. And do not forget to take care of your mental health. Bye-bye.